Hi, everybody. Welcome to your daily reading. Today's reading is for Wednesday. What's today? October 23rd. And of course, you guys know that these readings are timeless. So if you feel drawn to it at any time, it's for you. So I thought that it would be a great idea to kind of open today's reading with just a quick, simple prayer. So let's put our hands together and we ask, dear God, source energy, all that is, that you please protect us today and that you please help us to make the right decisions. And we know that when we say, quote unquote, the right decisions, that it's not necessarily a reflection of what society would believe is right, but more about what we know to be right on the inside. What do we feel settled with? What do we feel okay with doing? We ask that all blockages to our right perception be removed in your time, which we hope is now. But we know it's through your means and in your time that the clarity that we need and that we seek without knowing is bestowed upon us. We ask, please, to be able to be compassionate and to have patience with others as you have had patience for us and as we have had asked for patience from you. We also ask to be grateful for what you have put into our life, whether it's only a piece of dry bread because that's all we could afford for the day, or whether it's a free password to someone's Netflix account because they're a friend. So we thank you for everything that you've put in our life, and we know that it is not necessarily for you to just keep providing for us, but for us to seek the meaning behind all that has already been provided for us. So we thank you for that, and we continue on this puzzle with joy and with hope in our hearts that the next minute will bring something amazing. Okay? Thank you, God, so much. And you guys can add on to that if you'd like. Thank you so much, guys, for your comments. Also, please know that I see all of your comments. Each and every one of your comments, I see them. And I'm so behind in responding to my comments and to some messages on my Etsy. But it's coming, guys, and I'm sending you love every time I see those comments. All right? Thank you so much. Mwah. But I will be responding to you guys soon. Okie dokie, so Spirit is starting out our reading with an acknowledgement. Spirit is acknowledging that you guys are on this great adventure called life. They understand that you've been feeling really, really frustrated by it in whatever situation you find yourself. And I'm seeing here for somebody you're dealing with, I know some of this sounds off the wall, guys, but trust me on it. Some of you, or at least one of you, is dealing with implants. I'm getting alien implants, God bless you. And let me see if you know if it's you. All right, I don't want to say that you know it's you because some of you may feel like, oh my God, that's so me, and it's actually not you. But someone here is having interference in their cognitive abilities there because of some implant that has been placed within them. I'm not quite sure where. I don't want to hazard a guess, but the word that comes to mind is node. Node. So it's some kind of node. And then I'm thinking the words temporal node, but I'm like, wait, is that a part of the body or is that a collocation in my mind? That's just coming to mind. Either way, someone here is dealing with an alien implant that is interfering with their cognitive abilities. It could have to do with cognitive reasoning or whatnot. And the thing about it with you is that it's starting to affect your relationships with your family members in particular, okay? So I'm not sure whether to say that you would know it's you or not. I'm just the messenger, so I'm going to put that out there and I'll leave it up to Spirit to take the next step and to connect with you on that. But they're acknowledging your frustration and they are letting you know that yes, this thing has been placed in your path, but of course there's going to be a reason for it, right? Spiritual learning and whatnot. But if it's something that needs to be righted and have justice brought to it, please know they're already on it because that's how they roll. All right, but for all of us in general, they want you to know that they also see what's going on with you. They're saying that for everybody on the call, this is all about stepping into your personal power. Whatever it is you're fearing is the word that's coming out. I wanted to say whatever it is that you're feeling, but they're saying whatever it is that you're fearing, excuse me, they're saying that greatness lies beyond that. So your job is to look fear in the face and to know that you can walk right past it, because there's something to be delivered, something to be understood. Just as I said that, I saw this card right here. See? And your job is to see it. Your job is to make sense of it. And your job is to master it. Now, of course, the question is, what am I mastering, right? All right, I'm going to put a pause on that for everybody. I'm coming back to the alien reading. Reading for the person who has the alien implant. They're saying your job is to master whatever that thing is. Whatever that thing is that has been implanted into you or placed into you is something that they're saying is going to send shockwaves throughout your community, however it plans to do that. But your job is to master whatever it is that thing introduces into your life. Because on some level, I feel like, I don't like the idea of implants and whatnot, but on some level, I'm feeling that this for you is, I don't want to go so far as to say an enhancement, but it's almost like, I don't know if to say it's a new skill or just something that has been placed within you to help to give birth to something, but you've got to find a way to unlock that power or unlock that ability or to work with it or to do something, because I feel like, I'm just going to use this word, it's an enhancement of some sort. But much like when you get something new, it kind of like there's a learning curve, and especially if it, I don't want to say takes over certain functions of your body, or you know what it feels like almost? It feels like say something bionic. Like say somebody Bionic Man. I'm dating myself. I'm 37, God bless. Whoop whoop. But I never saw that show, but I remember it was on when I was around. I don't know, was it about something where somebody they get something implanted into them or something and it enhances their abilities? It's something like that. And I don't want to say that you're now half machine, half, it's not like that. But whatever this thing is probably like a stimulator of some sort, and it's going to enhance some functions within you, and it's going to be weird and crazy and scary for a little bit because you're noticing differences in the way that you are, the differences in the way that you act, and things that are happening within your body and your mental field or just whatnot. And maybe you're frustrated because it feels a little bit like you're out of control, but I feel that it's all about you harnessing that. All right. But going back, and of course pray to your angels and guides, God bless. But going back to the more general reading, guys, this is all about you harnessing whatever it is that is being birthed and coming, that you're stepping into, and trying to be the magician in a sense and mastering that situation. Okay. Now, before I got on the call, I heard a quick message, so I'm going to give that message. If it's not for everybody, it's for somebody. They're saying that you're afraid that something that you've been working on will not come to fruition or will not be fruitful. But they're saying put it on the back burner for now. Whatever it is, put it on the back burner for now and resume it at a later time. So I guess if that's you guys, you will know who that is, all right? Or what it is referring to. A compliment to that card, because I'm seeing it here, they're saying put it on the back burner for now, is to go play, go put your mind onto something else, is what they're saying. And guys, thank you so much for being patient while these personal messages come in. For me, I do always ask Spirit to bring in personal messages as we do the daily reading. So I hope that it doesn't get all over the place. I try to parse it out as best as I can. I feel that if you take some cognitive distance from whatever this thing is that you're working on, whoever the storyline is for, then I think that you will find something of value that it's like if this is the thing that you're working on, you take a little break, you stroll somewhere, you're going to find something of value that's going to be able to help you to get through that blockage that you're working with, whether it's writer's block, for example, or just whatnot. Okay, I'm seeing, Spirit is saying for some of you on this call, stop comparing yourself to other people. They're saying there's more than enough to go around. There are more than enough skills that are available. Now listen, here's what I say. a lot of times, this is what helps me, because the ego creeps in, guys, but I want you to know, a lot of times you may look at your teammate, you may look at somebody, and you may see them wrongly and see them as a competition, and they may feed into that by making themselves feel like they're better than you, or just feeding that idea of competition. I want you to look past that, because the point is not to think about who's better, but to think about, wow, we're on the same team. We're working to enlighten. We're working to help. We're working to heal, whatever the verb is for you guys, working to build/provide for others, and see it as, how can we both service this area? And how can we both service the world? Maybe you might find that it's not so much about competing in that space, but complementing each other, working together, taking a back seat sometimes, taking a front seat sometimes. Sometimes even God may split you up and send you to different parts of a location or a world. This is not about competition. This is about servicing different places. Try to be as egoless as you can about whatever it is that you're doing. And when you do that, you allow yourself to be moved. And sometimes when you're being moved, they tell you to take a back seat on this and let somebody else step up. Now you might be like, oh, with our ego, we might be like, oh, this person is stepping up or being placed in front of me, in my idea about in front of me or above me, because they're better than me. But really, it has nothing to do with that. Maybe all the people in your institution will see it that way because of their level of thinking and their perception, which is wrong. But Spirit has put that other person there because they're carrying a certain frequency, a certain package that needs to be delivered to somebody else who has a contract with that person, and that someone else is going to come into that arena where you guys are, and they have to be the one to give the drop off. You never know what is going on. We never know what is going on. So sometimes I walk away from these readings and I'm like, oh my God, that was a lame reading. I could have done better. But I'm like, stop it. Get your ego out of it. Spirit, doesn't mince words. They don't mince people. They don't mince actions. And maybe for whatever reason, my signature was needed to reach somebody for something and blah, 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 blah. It's endless, okay? So I'm seeing here, first, for a lot of you on this call, whatever your arena is, they're saying to relinquish. They're saying that attitude of competition is actually costing you. Some of you here, it's costing you money. It's costing you future contracts. It's costing you wisdom, is what Spirit is saying for some of you. So be careful. And by the same token, they're saying, if you're doing things to make other people feel and buy into this illusion that you are superior, or that you are better than them, or that you deserve more, or whatever, then you're just as guilty as the person who chooses to look upon someone else and see them as better or bigger or more valuable than they are. Okay, so please watch the ego, guys. It comes back to I almost said to bite us. I wanted to say bite us in the butt, but the word is, it comes back to help us. It helps us to be in this world, because we do need a certain measure of ego and personality. And I almost said persnickety. But at the same time, we have to learn to put a lid on it as necessary. Life is all about balancing, guys. Never getting stuck, always going with the ebb and flow, being with the seasons, cycling, whatever it is, and knowing when to put a lid on something and when to let it be free. All right? So they're saying for all of us, whatever it is that we're doing, stop forcing the issue. It came up upside down. Stop forcing the issue. Let yourself be guided. Let yourself be moved. And they're giving me an image of, that big bubble? It's like a big plastic bubble or something that you can get inside, and then it's kind of like a hamster wheel or something. They could push you, and then you're like, ooh, you're like bubbling around in this huge giant bubble, and you can get dizzy and throw up in there, of course, God bless. But the thing about it is, they're giving me that image because they're saying, imagine you being in that little bubble, and then just allowing yourself to be moved by God to roll wherever your next thing is. So they're saying that. And for some of you, this has to do with a commitment that you're wanting or that you're trying to force. And of course, dear God, they're saying, don't do it. Don't do it. All right? The first sentence I'm being drawn to, it says, you need commitment to focus on your target. Take aim, pull back the bow, and then shoot your arrow. But now the sentence stops. But, they're continuing, you still have to allow yourself to be moved. So try to balance, there's that B word again, balance this strength of your commitment along with the momentum that God is prescribing for you. And I know I used the word God, so for you guys, this is the language that I choose to use, but when you receive it, please receive it in whatever frequency and language is best for you, whether it's higher self, happenstance, gods, whatever, source energy, the Tao. Okay. Last thing they're saying for off camera so far is that they want you to take an emperor approach. So I'm seeing that this is a time for a lot of you to be more active in your life. I think a lot of you have been more passive in rest mode, processing, but now it's time for us to take more of they're saying a more gentle approach, yes, but more active approach. This is not about aggression, they're saying. This is never about aggression. Aw, thank you, Spirit. They're saying this is more about fortitude. This is more about strength. This is more about knowledge. This is more about foundation. All those kinds of key words that we value in the young force. Oh, hold on, guys. Believe it or not, McDonald's delivers in Japan. Hold on. Okay, oh my gosh, guys. I'm so embarrassed I got McDonald's, but whatever. They're so sweet here in Japan. She totally forgot the syrup, butter, and sugar and for whatever I ordered, my breakfast. And she said she would go back to the store to get it. I was like, no, please don't worry. I'm at my house. I have all of that. They're so sweet. All right, so let's continue. Okay. So thank you guys for waiting. What seemed like 3 seconds for you, but anyway, so notice that they're trying to get you to transform this masculine energy. Now, I know a lot of you on this call may be female, of the female persuasion, female energy. However, we have duality within us, right, to create that whole. And so how many of our masculine counterparts need to balance with their feminine energies as well. The same here. And if you are the masculine on this call watching, then for you as well, they're bringing in the same information. They're saying that as you move forward with this more active, more assertive, more grounded, more focused energy, they want you to balance it with love. All right, see these two cute little stars? They want you to balance it with love. Masculinity without love, what are we doing, right? Femininity without love, what are we doing, right? And they're saying this is all about refinement. This is all about refinement. Now, I want to talk a little bit. I want to speak a little bit to that concept of refinement. Thank you. This is Spirit coming through. They're so great. When we say refinement, we mean balancing energies that have been coursing through you for eons and eons. These are not new energies to you. They're energies that you already know of. You've spoken of them. You've felt them. You've demonstrated them. But it's always about the balance and bringing that balance into a place of refinement. How can you, if you have a wooden ball, and you are shaping it, how could you continue to shape it and wax it and model it and create it and size it and sand it and polish it? How could you continue to work with that ball until you create something that is just of utter magnificence? So that's what we mean when we say refining that great balance that exists between the male and the female. And some of you are already doing that in terms of relationships that you're with. You notice that the male and female roles are switching in what you would call a twin flame dichotomy. However, there's more to it than what you guys have been told on this earthly plane. So we want you to still focus on that concept, but more about going on the inside and balancing that duality. And if you want to see it that way, choosing to see that same duality being blossomed and balanced within the other, who you've identified as your male or female counterpart. Okay? All right, so thank you, Spirit. Oh my God, they're so good. See, now okay, so that was more of a channeled message, guys. Thank you, guys. As they stepped in to say it, you can hear my voice change. But now I'm wondering, like, wait, what? And the way that they say it, it's almost like to say that the way we see these twin flame things are still kind of not completely correct, but at the very least that they said we should focus on balancing it within ourselves. Okay? Now, it's weird because I'm getting the word TV dinner right now. And sorry, I'm laughing because I was going to say somebody out there is having a TV dinner, but then I think they're telling me to pause the video at my McDonald's and watch some TV. But it's breakfast. All right, guys, I may do that. First of all, let's thank our angels and guides and our speakers for coming in and channeling for us during these readings. So I'm going to put a quick pause. That's going to seem like a second to you guys, and then we'll resume, okay? Hi, guys. Thank you so much for waiting. Let's jump right back in. So what I'm seeing here, we just finished covering this, but another story that I'm seeing here, or another thing that Spirit wants to address, is your process. Now, for a lot of you guys are going through a transformation process. And when we think about transformation processes, we often think that it is they're tower moments and they last a few months, or dark nights of the soul or whatnot. But what I'm seeing here is something even more long-term. I'm seeing here that for a lot of us, we may very well refer to this process of transformation as a lifetime, a lifetime at a time. So I'm seeing this as, like, say, 7 different lifetimes leading up to something. So a lot of us, excuse me, sneezing, a lot of us are actually going through a lifetime as, excuse me, sorry, as our transformation. So how do you know if that's you? Well, I'll tell you very simply. Based on what I'm seeing here for you guys on the call, you'll know if your transformation process is taking the entire lifetime if you find yourself in a situation that just seems to be so long term. It's like this idea of never having enough money, always having payments, you got car payments, you got baby payments, all sorts of stuff. And it's almost like you're putting in so much work to get back so little and to really not make anything happen for yourself, whether it's about making ends meet, whether it's about finally finding that love relationship that will take you to the stars, whatever it is. I'm seeing for a lot of you, it's car related, car payments. Maybe every time you get a car or something, some kind of transportation, it's always used, it's never really good, it breaks down, it's got a lot of issues, you just have to take it to the mechanic, you've got car notes, whatever. But for a lot of you, it could be, anything. I'm seeing medication prices for some of you. Yeah, for some of you, it may be more like money and resources that are going because of health stuff, medications. So I'm seeing in this card, you are just fed up. The feeling is, I'm fed up of always having to just make ends meet in whatever arena it is: money, love, finances, health. And I'm getting nothing in return. And I'm not making a name for myself that's positive outside of my household and in society. It's just me stuck at home or stuck in this place, overworking, being underpaid, under-realized, under-acknowledged. And when you do get something, it's almost like I'm seeing her, she pulls it out and she's like, ugh, throws it back in. It's nothing. It's not worth anything. It's like the proverbial, I'm saying proverbial, I don't know if this actually is in a proverb somewhere, but it is now. Like the proverbial fisherman who's just fishing every day in different spots. He's doing everything he can, but he never gets anything. He always comes back a quote-unquote loser, so to speak. Meanwhile, he's just getting older and older, and he sees somebody else out there like catching this big game fish, starting up their own fishery, all sorts of stuff. And it's just like, what about me? And for some of you on this call, you have that dynamic going on in your life. And it's like you're this person stuck here in the middle. You can't really do much because you are, I don't want to say a slave to, but you are at the mercy of outside influences. Guys, can I just jump in and say that if that is your story, Spirit is acknowledging that frustration once again, but they're trying to remind you that you in particular, you're working on something that is so long-term. You're working on a divine transformation of the self. And in order for you to do that, your cycle within that arena takes the entire lifetime, or may seem like it's taking your entire adult life, even stemming into childhood, right? For some of you, I'm seeing that has to do with behavioral patterns. For example, I'm seeing this kid like, mine. So sometimes we meet people who are always feeling like they have to defend what it is they have, and maybe they really do because that's the way the lesson is set up, but they're always like mine, mine, mine. It could also be a greed situation, for example. That's because in this whole lifetime, they're trying to work past a certain behavioral pattern. They're trying to kick the bucket on something, and this may be a fourth lifetime spending in whatever this pattern is, but they're saying that keep going because you're actively working on it. So from here, down here, your perspective is like, dude, I'm just working, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm getting nothing in return. But if you could see on the other side what you're actually trying to accomplish, your learning, it could be spanning multiple lifetimes, and you could be on the last one or you may not be. But I promise you, when you finally get close to it being in the end and you reach the lifetime where you're finally going to turn things around and have a different outcome for yourself, whatever that arena is, it's almost like it'll almost feel like, wow, what a breakthrough, or wow, yeah, I'm seeing that here, wow, what a breakthrough. And people might be like, oh my God, you're so lucky when it comes to jobs, but they don't know that you put in some hard work in the last 6 lifetimes of having no money, no job, whatever it is. So it's coming back to this idea of having compassion for the self and having compassion for other people. If anything, if all we can walk away with from today's reading with is when we look upon ourselves and we look upon other people, we have compassion for what it is that they have set out for themselves, whatever it is that they're working on. If it looks hard and they're struggling with it, it is hard, okay? Spirit is telling me that for people who are in these lifelong cycles of growth and transformation, they are teaching others outside of their space. We see here in this card, this person is concerned about, maybe he feels like a social pariah, or maybe he feels like I'm not doing anything in my community, or people look at me, they see a loser, they whatever. But Spirit is saying, excuse me, the number one thing that you are teaching people about starts with an F. And what is it? Fortitude. Okay? Fortitude. Keep going. Carry on. Be strong. Did I see a strength card somewhere here? Thought I did. No. Oh, yeah, it's right. It's right there, dear God. It's staring me in the face. Yeah, the strength card. They're saying to have fortitude. At the end of the day, sometimes all you can say is, I know the truth. I know I'm a winner. I know I can sing, whether or not anyone's willing to give me a gig. I know I'm responsible, whether or not my baby's mom will allow me to be with my child unattended. Whatever it is, I know I could do a better job than my coworkers on this project, even though my boss will never make me a project manager because he saw something on my social media or just whatever. Excuse me. The conditions are there to create strength. And Spirit is jumping in to remind us, thank you, Spirit, that diamonds are honed from a lot of pressure. So you are very much a diamond, cute diamond, but you have to look upon yourself as that way as well. If you're looking outside of yourself, they're saying, to get validation for your value, you're not going to get it. Many of you are not going to get it because the most valuable thing is sometimes overlooked by people. It's like throwing pearls before swine. They say, and no offense to the piglets, God bless, right? It's just a saying. But they're saying you don't need to be yet another swine when it comes to looking at yourself as a pearl. Like, don't look at yourself with those kinds of eyes. And I'm saying this because I do feel maybe there's somebody out there trying to do music, for example. I'm just getting Nashville. So somebody may be doing something with guitars or just something you're trying to, it feels very feminine, but could be any gender. You'll be trying to do something and it's just not working for you. You're getting doors closed. People are maybe insinuating that you don't have the it factor. You don't have this. You don't have that. At the end of the day, you have a voice. And if it means that you just sit under a shady tree and sing to yourself with your guitar, then do it. And that's all there is to it, because that's where you need to be. Don't let other people and the opportunities they decide to give you or not give you be a determining factor of your self-value, okay? That's for everyone. All right, thank you, Spirit, for that message. All right, let's see, what else? I'm seeing for somebody cooking school. I'm seeing cooking school or culinary school for somebody here. Maybe you're wondering whether to do it. Maybe you're like home during the day, when you're home during the day and you have all those shows like Judge Judy and Maury. I don't know, is Maury still on? God bless. Divorce court, all that stuff. And you get a lot of those ads for like DeVry and Phoenix and Cordon Bleu or whatever. Maybe you saw an ad about going to culinary school and cooking, and you're wondering if you should do that. I feel the answer is yes, okay? But I'm seeing you between two minds about it. But the answer is yes. Look at this person. They're standing under the moon and sun at the same time. The moon is all about fears and illusions here in the tarot, right? And then the sun is all about illumination, clear thinking, divine providence, and both are needed to propel us forward. But as we say, feel the fear, but do it anyway. Because if you stand here and you're afraid of these dogs, you're afraid of this lobster, you're afraid of this water, you're afraid of this, you're afraid of these towers falling, you're afraid of it, you're never going to get anywhere and you're just going to be stuck. So please, they're saying, take the movement forward and take the opportunity to move forward. If at the end of the day, all you do is get to learn how to cook better and provide for your friends and family, then amen. If at the end of the day, all you get to do is prove to yourself that you can be a success in some other arena and that you can pick yourself up out of these thoughts of not being good enough or being a ne'er-do-well, then that's great. So, excuse me, if you're thinking about going to culinary school, they're saying yes. I'm seeing somebody here is also thinking about becoming a teacher because I'm seeing a chalkboard or a blackboard. Old school, got it. I feel that the answer is yes. They're saying, though, that you may not like it at first. Excuse me. You may not like it at first because it's a thankless job in many countries. USA! Anyway, and everywhere else. But they're saying that you are needed. Teachers are needed. And anything that you can do to throw your hat in the ring and to create a difference on a small scale, which will inevitably pan out to incorporate other people and other places, that's amazing. That's you using your divine power and your ability to change the outcome on this planet Earth, and they're acknowledging that. So yes, they're saying go for it, go forward, take the exams, do the testing. They might put you in a school that makes you like makes you like feel like it gets you on edge, like eek, where am I? You might have that kind of like, ooh, where am I? This is, I don't like this place. You might feel that way for a little bit, but as you start to give yourself over to the process, they say, as you push yourself to learn more about communication, because teaching is about communication, and as you start to connect, because there are contracts there, sacred contracts there with students, with staff members, with people who, once you start tapping into them and making those connections, you're going to really start to feel that you're in the right place, they're saying. So right now, you may be getting the call, thank you, Spirit, to get out and to go into the realm of teaching. They're saying, do it. If you're wondering whether it's going to work out, do it. In a sense, yes, they're saying listen to the practical things that other people who have come before you say, like in terms of managing your money, working with unions, things like that. But don't let their experiences, they say, cloud your judgment about your ability to navigate and make an impact on this field. Amen. Can we just say preach it, all right? Take everybody to church right now, all right? Thank you, Spirit. Anyway, so that's what I'm seeing for some of you, or at least one of you on this call. I'm seeing fashion. Somebody here wants to do fashion. Amen. I'm seeing that here. Fashion displays, they're saying. So I don't know if you're actually creating the fashions or working in the fashion field where you have to do with, you have to, what am I saying? Your job has to do with presenting the fashions, like in the fashion displays or whatnot. Whatever it is, I'm kind of getting mixed feelings about this. All right? So when I say mixed feelings about it, they're saying you may encounter groups and posses in, this is Spirit, because I would never say the word posse. I might say clique, but they're saying you might encounter groups or posses that run together in this field, and they're saying before you know it, you might be edged out of it if you're not careful. And I want to say if you're not careful, but it's almost like it feels like a high probability that you'll start in, you'll have trouble connecting, getting on the inside, and you will be pushed out. And what that looks like is after a while you may no longer get invitations to go places, like I'm seeing New York, to come to New York to be as part of a team to like dress windows or dress mannequins, or not dress, they wouldn't bring you all the way to dress mannequins, but you know my point. Whatever it is, stage design, setup, whatever it is, they might start to put you on the lesser known trail, they're saying, and elevate other people ahead of you. But they're saying they don't want you to worry about that. If it is your decision to go into that field anyway and learn whatever lessons you want to from that and then finally get edged out, they're saying there's something else available for you. I'm feeling the word surfing, the idea of surfing, so maybe you might have something to do with surfing, or I have no idea what the connection is with that. I'm also picking up there would be a man connected with that. It seems a little bit romantic. So I feel like I'm like in the surfing world, however you enter into it, whether it's working in a surf shop, dressing surf windows, I don't know. I feel like there's going to be a man that you're going to meet, and this could lead to a husband situation. I want to say a husbandry situation, but something like that. But you can bypass this fashion connection, they're saying, just by not choosing to go in there. Don't turn in the application, don't accept the job offers, start segueing into something else. Maybe I'm seeing a mall somewhere. I don't know if that's to get a job in a mall somewhere or to hang out in a mall, or you'll meet somebody in a mall that will take you into this fashion world. But I feel like okay, the word fashion world came out, but I wanted to say surfing world. Whatever it is, it's your choice. But Spirit is saying that if you're wondering whether to get involved in that, maybe you met someone in a mall and they're giving you ideas, I would say it's not going to pan out, but of course, if you choose to get into that, it'll take you some time, but they'll eventually edge you out. I'm seeing 6 to 12 months, but the word 6 to 8 months almost came out, and they're saying you'll be fed up of it, with it before long. All right. Okay, I'm going back to the music industry now. Something about music. So records and music. Maybe disc jockeying, DJing, something, radio, I don't know, but something about music. Somebody here is in the music field or will be in the music field related to like the playing of records or handling of records, vinyl. And I feel that yes, they're saying yes, you have some money to be made in that realm. You may be feeling fear about going into it because it may be a little bit old school for a lot of people. I think it's pretty cool though. Like I like it. But anyway, they're saying don't worry about that. To go into it, there is a market for what it is, whatever it is that you want to do, whatever ideas are going to come to you, because they're not done coming to you. They're saying yes to let those ideas in, and they will. Thank you, Spirit. Help you along your way. There is a market, and you may run with some people who tend to be a little older, like coming to events and stuff, but there's money to be made, there's value there, and you're pleasing other people and you're helping yourself be happy because you seem like you like vinyl and stuff to do with vinyl. So they're saying go for it. You might meet somebody as well, a romantic partner to date for a little bit. I don't know if it's going to turn into marriage, but definitely to date for a little bit. I don't think it's going to turn into marriage, but I'm seeing a woman. So this person seems like more of a male energy, male, female, it doesn't matter. But who you're going to meet, it seems like a woman. Definitely female energy, but a woman who I'm seeing her wearing red glasses that look like the 1960s a little bit, how they turn up a little bit. Red glasses, having that bouffant kind of hair. That's the style that she is, kind of like I don't want to say Lindy Hop, but swing or rockabilly or I don't know, kind of look to her. I think that you guys are going to team up. You're going to do some great work together, they're saying. You may want to have something romantic, but I feel that primarily this is more of a business and working relationship that is about the exchange of information, helping each other to move through whatever is going on. And yeah, the person's name might be Karen or start with a K. Doesn't have to be. Don't hold me to that. All right, but that's what I'm seeing. All right, anything else? Okay. Let's see. All right, the song that's coming to mind is Destiny's Child, Say My Name, you know? Remember that? Say my name, if no one is around you. Say, baby, I love you. Blah, 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 blah. All right, that part in particular stands out because it's almost like God is calling you guys, say my name. Don't think about anything else, just say my name. Call me in. The energy's here. Spirit is here. Guys, we always talk about the new earth, right? The new world that's coming in. What do you think this new earth is going to look like? It's going to look like you guys doing spiritual service and being grounded with it and becoming foundations within the structures that already exist. And as those structures start to break down, whose structures will be standing tall? Yours. And when you work for God, you will be placed in very specific places, and it'll be your life's work. It'll be joyful in many ways because it's something that is on mission for you. I'm feeling that a lot of you do need to step into that mastery, step into that school, they're saying, step into whatever. But the point is that as you do that, they want you to realize that being in a new world or on the new earth also means having different rules. Like, for example, for me, like, say, for example, I don't crochet, right? Although, I've tried my hand at knitting in the past, but, I'm just so busy now. But let's say I want to do crocheting. I know that in this new school of thought, I have everything I need within me at all times. So what I would do first in this new world, this new earth, is I'd simply turn to my guides and be like, okay, guys, oh my God, guys, I want to try crocheting. Can you guys help me out? Thank you, guys. I listen. Did they say anything? If they don't, then I know that they're going to get back to me later. Or they're saying it, but I am not hearing for whatever reason. They'll get back to me in some way. I let it go and I keep going about my business. And I wait because I know with certainty they're going to start bringing that stuff to me. Just imagine, it's just like, you have your vassals. Your serfs or whatever, and you're like, hey, I need this. They're going to go and run and get it for you. Personal assistant, they're going to go run and get it for you. Like, you don't expect them to bling, have it right then and there. Sometimes they do, but the point is, they're going to bring it to you. Give them a chance. And then when I go to bed, I'll be like, I want to learn how to do crocheting. So tonight when I go to sleep, instead of doing blah, 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 I want to go and take crocheting lessons because I know that when I go to sleep, I have the full range of all of eternity everywhere to go and do whatever it is that I want, to build new skills, work on presentations for work that are due the next day, all sorts of stuff. And so I utilize that time as well. They're trying to show you that you guys coming into this new world, you need to start learning the new rules for this new world. And those include having whatever it is that you need, knowing that you can read all of eternity in the palm of your hand if you wanted to, and if you really had the skill set activated to do that. You want the skill set? Just ask for it. All right, God, I want to be able to see the cosmos in my hand. Let it go. And then they'll start directing things to you so that you can do these kinds of things. So in the new world or in the new earth, what you're going to see is a breaking down of barriers to creation, to manifestation, to bringing things into reality, because you know that as you speak it, it is done. And if it's not done, it's because there's something within you that needs to be cleared, and Spirit will work on you for that. It's going to bring it up. Or it's because it's barred. I'm seeing that here. It's barred because it interrupts your sacred curriculum. But I would, for example, if it's your sacred curriculum to, in this lifetime, suffer through poverty for the sake of, honing certain spiritual lessons, then obviously you're not going to win the lotto, or you're not going to get jobs easily, because that's not, it interrupts your learning plan. So I would invite you to think that there's a lot of leeway for the things that you guys could be having, because we're surrounded by Spirit. It's like a radio dial, just like in your car on the radio. All these radio stations are already there. You can't see them, but they're there. But you have a tuner, and you tune into with the tuner different radio stations, and that's how come we can see each other physically, but we can't see ghosts or spirits or up higher vibrations, lower vibrations, because we're not attuned to it. But people who have the gift of sight and have activated it and have honed it can see things like that. And if that's what you want, you pray for that as well. You focus on that. But anyway, that's for another video. God bless. But Spirit wants to bring through that idea. Say my name. If what you want, you can have. If you pull Spirit in and you ask them to help you to work on knowing what your resources are. All right, is there anything else? All right, thank you, Spirit. They're showing that they're giving you a lot. They're giving you a lot of information, not only through this channel that I have, but also through outside things. You guys, everything you get anywhere, you will be able to get it in multiple places, okay? So from multiple sources. So I'm seeing that they're giving you all of this information, all of these things for you to have as abundance of information, and they want you to sit down and enjoy it and see that you have everything at your disposal. Think about yourself as kings and queens, right? And you can have much, much more than you think you can. Dear God. I'm seeing a water park for somebody here. Somebody wants to go to a water park or do some kind of trip around water, like Raging Waters or something like that, or like some kind of water park trip, and maybe you want to do it in the summer or whenever. They're saying you can have that happen. Okay, whether it's because you're concerned that you won't be able to bring the people you want together, or you won't be able to afford it, or whatever. They're saying you can have that. You put it out there, you speak God's name, or you ask your angels and guides for help. They're also acknowledging that a lot of us are going through this life in fog. Again, there's this feeling you don't have to, and that's the message that comes through my channel. It's all about, I really feel like my channel is going to be all about helping people to elevate their minds for like a new way of thinking, and also of course to step into spiritual service, because but that's what they're trying to teach you, that you don't have to play by the rules of the old kingdom, is what I'm seeing here. Let's put that. You don't have to be in this old kingdom, the old world, and be foggy. You don't have to play by those rules. So keep going in the name of something new. And what is this new thing? Creativity. You are your own authority. You create your world in many, many ways, and they're inviting you to see that. They're saying that knowledge, as it keeps getting grounded into you, is going to take you into a new way of being. See this desert passage? You like come right out like, oh, where is this place? And I'm getting the words Mecca. It's going to be like a Mecca, because what would your spiritual Mecca look like? Ultimate creativity. Ultimate creativity, they are saying. Advanced thought patterns. I made that video about the 5D, guys, last night, but I'm such a perfectionist. I'm like, dude, you could do better than that. So I'm going to try and reshoot that video. But it's funny they said alternate thought patterns, because it's about showing you how to create more advanced thought patterns. So I'll try and work on that and bring that out to you. Sorry, that's my ego. I have trouble like just letting go, and it needs to be done right. And anyway, whatever. Ooh, there's a fly around here. Okay. They're also saying deeper and more meaningful relationships, right? They're saying guided actions. When I say guided actions, this new world is all about bringing the above more below. Above meaning vibration and frequency. As above, so below. So all of you, as you engage in your spiritual service, as you commit to the light, as you connect to the light, what you actually do is you ground yourself into this reality, and you create you turn yourself and designate yourself and devote yourself to being a vessel through which God's energy, these higher frequencies, can ground in. And when that happens, you're literally grounding in the higher levels that are needed to structure and create the structure. I'm seeing create a grid, like this structure of this new world that everyone keeps talking about, right? Look, boom, transformation. A fresh new way of living emerges. Yeah, so they want you, if you're on these calls, whether you know it or not, you have a role to play in grounding this new earth. And it doesn't even need to be just about you going out and learning new skills and stuff. Wherever you are, you continue to be yourself. They're saying that as you do that, your reward will be being able to pass on and even look back, or even in life, look around you and look at the life and the transformations that you have helped to effect on this earth. it's like a cleanup crew, but it's not only cleanup crew, it's clearing away the old. But you don't just clear away the old and then build. No, you build, and for a while both kingdoms, so to speak, both worlds, both dimensions, both frequencies, whatever you want to call it, coexist at the same time. And that's when you see people starting to make different choices, like two brothers going, one chooses this way, one chooses that way, because they both of these levels are coexisting, and based on your spiritual evolution, your commitment to the light, your acknowledgement of the light, your awareness, your curbing of certain attitudes that need to be cleared away, based on that, you're tuning yourself to a certain direction. And spirit, and if you're watching these calls, there is a very good chance that you're being called, and you have the potential to tune yourself to something higher. And so spirit is trying to get you to work off those old thoughts and belief patterns, to step into something greater, and to commit to being, I guess, I don't want to say a vessel, because that just makes it sound empty, but it's not. You're holding space for something. Right? Oh, I said that. Breaking trail. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God, you're pioneers. Oh my God, you're pioneers. Yeah. If you ever wanted to be a pioneer, a breakthrough is at hand, and you're breaking new ground. A lot of you are going to be coming into skill sets. You're going to have ideas that are kind of off the wall. Like, I want to be a doula. I want to teach knitting. Oh, I want to give free English classes. I want to give free language. I want to, like, start cleaning up the street. Whatever it is, you're going to start having ideas come through you, but you have to balance and change your frequency. They're saying, yeah, that's right. All right, so let's go ahead to ending this reading. Yeah, I have a day off today. That's why I can spend so much time on this daily, right? But look, they're saying surrender resentments of the past. That was that umbrella and your resentments flying off. Surrender your ego. Ego can't coexist in the body with your higher self and still be in control. No, you gotta tame something with that, guys. I'm seeing that somebody here, if not a few of you, a few of you are on this call. I wouldn't be surprised if you ended up working together. That somehow, whether you know it or not, meeting in real life. But I'm seeing some of you with some old pre-Columbian lifetimes. I'm like Mayan. I'm feeling Mayan. I don't even want to go somewhere else like Olmec or Aztec. I'm feeling Mayan. You've got some. This is very strong. I'm feeling this here. There are a few of you on this call. Maybe I'm feeling some of you know exactly who you are already. Yeah, this is validation for you. You are sitting on a lot of knowledge that is going to be needed in this world for sure. And I think you already know who your teachers are. You've met your guides. You know exactly who you are. You know what you're doing. And I feel that for you, it's all about the skill is all about knowing when and how to release this information, because it's almost like you can't throw it all into society, because people are not going to be able to understand it. They can't decode it. They just can't process it yet. Not all people, but some people. All right, yeah, I'm seeing that, and I feel that you're going to be continuing to get this information. And if you're not boarding starships during this lifetime, in whatever way that is for you, physically or non-physically, then I'd be surprised. So you know who you are. These people know who they are. So that's validation for you. You guys, I'm hearing architects. You guys are architects for this existence in many ways. So yeah, thank you for your work. Amen. Yeah, so guys, we just know that everybody's doing their role. People are doing their roles out there. So please, your job, guys, is to just buckle down and stay committed to the light and focus on yourself, focus on other people, but focus on the divine. So it says surrender to the beauty of the natural world. I'm seeing this as you. Yes, you're here with other people and other plants and blah, 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 and you're grounded, but see how these two branches are kind of in the light? Let that be your antenna, because that's where your information comes from. So disconnect from this mass consciousness, all right? Because it's not for your path, all right? So, okay. Now, last thing, guys, I want to do for you guys. Let's do a little pick a card. Here's card number 1. Oopsie doodles. Here's card number 1. Ding, 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 ding. card number 2, ding, and card number 3, dong. All right, 1, 2, 3. Let's say, let's ask God. What are we asking God? Because you wanted me to pick a card, and I was like, that's cool. What is the final message that you'd like to leave for us, God? These are like 3 little portals through which, I guess, messages will come through individually and collectively. So please take a moment. Let's breathe. I'll choose one too. Okay. I didn't choose one. Aw, all right, whatever. I'll know if there's a message for me. Let's go with card number 1. Spirit, what's our final message for today? It says clarification. So I'm seeing here that there's a sense of graduation here amidst you, or amongst you. Afoot. Graduation is afoot. There's something that you've been dealing with for a long time, if you chose pile number 1. And you've put it to rest. You have overcome it. You have grown larger than it. This looks almost like a grave that she's at. But actually, the way that this card is presenting itself with the energy, with the message for you, these are hills. And you're just that huge that you're over these massive hills. So whatever it is, it looks like you have been going through something, but you are so well beyond that you are about to stand up, walk off, and take the flowers that you had left by that grave. You're done. Congratulations. There's something here that you're done with. I'm hearing I'm done putting up with all that crap. That's what I'm hearing for some of you. For some of you, you're done with night school. Whatever this is, you're done with it. It's done. This night school situation, while it may have been necessary in that moment, is so unlike your life. You're not going to be having that night life feeling, that night school feeling for the rest. It was just like something you had to do and then move on and go on to the rest of your life. That's what I'm getting. Some of you, I'm seeing domestic abuse. God bless you. Yeah, you're done with that. Get out of that situation. A lot of people don't. And I'm seeing here that you are out of it. Some of you are a little bit worse for wear, if not externally, then internally. However, I'm seeing you getting ready to turn to this light even more. You've been entertained by the light with these little stars, but now it's just been enough for you to turn around and head straight into the light. So this is amazing. You're shaking something big. And once you leave this behind, I feel you're done. All right? So that's for group 1. Whether or not those specific stories were for you. Hold on, let me take a sip of my thing. Group 2, I'm hearing birthday party, by the way. For group 1, before I turned it over, I heard the word India, okay? That might be for somebody. I'm hearing the word birthday party for group 2. I'm also hearing Groundhog Day for group 2. That's neither here nor there. It might be for somebody out there, so let's look. All right. Depression. This is the card it says here. But when I look at this, I'm seeing smiling through your pain. This is speaking to somebody who feels like you've been taken over by something, whether you've been taken over by darkness, taken over by somebody else's will, whether it's witchcraft or whatever. I'm seeing you having this idea. This is like a brain worm that you're dealing with. You're having this idea that is your experience. Spirit is trying to get you out of that. Surrender your frustration. They're saying surrender your thoughts about being taken over. Now, I know that this is going to be a hard sell for a lot of you, because this idea of having witchcraft and having your will imposed upon, or being caged in like a bird or like an animal is what I'm hearing. However that is for you guys, I want to draw a card or two for you. Spirit is saying that you may not be able to connect with what we're about to say, but they're saying that you are your own jailer. First of all, that's the first thing. Look at that butterfly coming to this queen. She's seeing herself. I'll put this down. It looks like this is like ropes holding her, but the butterfly spirit is coming and saying, "Hey, look up. You are your own jailer. It's not that bird over there. You look at these butterflies in your crown. That's why you can hear me. because you are made of me. You are spirit. You are highly amazing. You are highly energetic. You are highly vibrating. You have this ability, but you have to realize, look at your hand. When you look at your hand, you see this. And you see that handcuff, but you're not looking closely, because if you were, you'd look and realize you're actually holding a sword. You're not realizing that you are your own jailer in this circumstance. Even if you're like, but I have evidence, this person took my hair, that person did. Okay, that's what they want. They want, at the end of the day, they're saying you're your own jailer, and they know that it's a hard sell for some of you because you're not at that level or that frequency to recognize it and feel the truth in that statement, but you will be. They're saying, doggone it. They're saying, doggone it. You will be, because that Queen of Swords is going to turn into this King of Swords who has taken the sword, has put the sword, put his foot down, tamed those ideas, and now has grown to be the King of Sword, and to realize, oh shoot, yeah, they right though. All right, let's pull one more card. Oh, two came out. Oh God, you guys are so good. All right, yeah, they're saying, listen, this lifetime isn't your first merry-go-round. This isn't your first rodeo. All right, so here's you with this learning that you're working on in this lifetime. Look at all that stuff you've learned from other lifetimes. So if you're sitting here thinking that your soul is sent to damnation and to hell, that's not right. They're saying they need you to put this to rest. A lot of you, they're saying you got to put this engagement with this idea. You see it? Oh, now look at that. This is coming out. Ooh. They're giving you something here, and they want you to consume it, even though they know that some of you won't be at that level yet, because you're too committed to the story that people have control over you. That is an illusion, they're saying. It is absolute illusion, and they want you to see that finally, see the butterflies? You have to put this idea to rest. What is this idea? This idea is your pattern of engaging with a thought pattern that you are creating as a reality for yourself. You are creating the reality of the idea, from an idea that others are more powerful than you, that they can throw all this shade at you, this and that it could keep you down. Yes, people can throw negative energy into your space and stuff, but if you sit there and you buy into the idea that that it's going to kill you, and that you are not going to be able to rise up again, and this and that, and blah, 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 blah. That's a lie, they said. You are completely buying into a lie of an idea. And maybe you might be like, yeah, but I know so-and-so, whatever. Well, listen, you're on this call right now. And if you're on this call and you're seeing this video, then this message is for you. And in this time and space, that's a lie. Okay? So they're saying that you need to get out of that pattern of behavior and clear it up from your speech. So from now on, stop saying stuff like, oh, this person put the evil eye on me. Oh, this person made that person do. No, they said stop saying that. Start pulling that out of your consciousness as a reality, and start, because see, this is like that little worm. It's like a worm that crawled inside your third eye, and you're like thinking it to be true. So instead of saying this person did that and that person did this, and finding evidence in your physical life to support it, when you see this quote unquote evidence, turn to your angels and guides and say, dear God, guides, I'm willing to listen to you. I'm willing to believe that even if it's not there yet, I'm willing to believe that this is a whole lie and I'm seeing this wrong. So please show me the evidence to show me that this is wrong thinking, and let them do their thing. Okay? They're trying to intercept your brain right now. All right. Third, and we bless you. Okay? So keep going. The third one that I'm seeing, teacher, if you chose 3, I'm seeing school. You are a teacher for sure. We're all teaching each other things and teaching ourselves and just teaching the world, yes. But I'm seeing in particular that you are a teacher, and I wouldn't be surprised if you're very close, probably the closest of a lot of. You can fall into more than one category, guys. If you fall into all 3, then you know this is your end result, but you gotta get through this stuff first. It may be like you need to get through this first, then that, then this. But for whatever, if you went straight to 3, then you're definitely coming up close to some type of spiritual service for sure. Because you're in your teacher mode. You've got the colors of the teacher about you. Let's pull an extra card here. Bam. 9 of Pentacles. But what I'm seeing here in this 9 of Pentacles is that you're getting experiential knowledge right now. So whatever it is that you're learning right now firsthand, see this glove on the floor as she holds these awesome grapes? Whatever it is that you're learning right now, you're learning experientially, and you're going to turn around and help other people. I'm also seeing here that... I'm also seeing here that you're assessing a lot of things. So you've gathered a lot of knowledge from your experiences, but you're also you're assessing the validity and the frequency of a lot of the information that you're getting in your everyday life. Why? Because you're going to choose what you teach to your followers, what you teach to other people coming to you for knowledge. This is you looking at your lesson plans and like, oh, I see this on manifestation, but I'm not going to let that in. It doesn't vibrate with me. I don't believe it. It's not something I want to pass on. So you are scrutinizing the knowledge. I'm also seeing here this extraterrestrial kind of thing going there. If you picked pile 3, chances are you are at a vibration where you are having less of a barrier that creates this us and them situation. You're not all up in arms about extraterrestrials. You may know a lot about them. You may know a lot about things that exist outside of what we consider to be normal human things, right? So you're at a different vibration altogether. You may already have a classroom that you service. I'm seeing definitely on the other side, you're already working with people. You'll know if you're a teacher, right? On the other side, you already feel that way. But there might be people here that you're already working with, in tandem with, I'm hearing. Some of you are teachers without a classroom, in which case the world is your classroom. But for whatever it is, you're already at that level, that frequency. All right? So I'm seeing let's see, who's this message for? I want to come here, but it might be for something here. Maybe here? Anyway, I'm seeing that, okay, yeah, I think it's for this first group. But of course, whoever's listening, I feel that you may have made a mismatch of some sort. I feel that you feel very like a novice. Whoever this is, you feel very much like a novice. You're trying different things. You're trying to understand things. What is this thing about time travel? What is this thing about law of attraction? What is this sacred geometry? What is this, higher learning? And it's like, see, you try to have this fish and it bloop, blew out. You're like, what? You're trying, and it's almost like with this person shooting arrows, he's being accurate, he's getting it right. But here, you're having a lot of missteps and mismatches. Now, Spirit is congratulating you on taking the first step out. In a sense, you would be considered a novice learning something new and pre-initiate. So, when I say that, to become an initiate, you kind of, they give you the tools, they let you play around with it for a little bit, do your thing, gather a little knowledge, and then they determine whether you are at the level yet. See, they determine whether you are at the level yet to be like, are you this tall enough? Are you tall enough to ride this ride? Kind of feeling. And once you are, they create this energy field around you and you become an initiate. And that takes you into another state of learning. If you fall into this category here, I just don't feel I feel you're past that. You're in where I would say you're stepping into mastery, and now you are teaching other people. So you've already gone through that. But a lot of you on this call might be more in the initiate stage or be pre-initiate stage. And then a lot of you, whether or not you might not be there yet, but you have to shake off some belief patterns that are holding you back, okay? So yeah, a lot of people who get readings with me, they are, and then they have spiritual service coming in, they end up getting to they may be at this point already, or they may be at a point where they need to change their mindset about things. So I mean, it's so interesting. I'm not going to keep talking about it because this video is too long, but long story short, ask your angels and guides where you are. Thank you so much for staying. If you stayed this long, thank you so much. God bless you. Mwah. And I enjoy my work, guys, and I enjoy all of you. You guys are great. And thank you so much. I'm going to cut it off and leave it there because I can just keep talking about this. Bless you and have a wonderful day, okay? Bye! Oh, leave your comments below. When I do finally sit down and do comments, if any information comes through for you, I might pop it in there. Otherwise, I keep forgetting to mark it for myself. Otherwise, if you'd like a personal reading, please do reach out to me. My information's in the box below. You can also donate $1 or $2 or whatever you want. And either way, it's going to be great. And I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!